Good day to you and welcome to another Paddocks Club. Today, as you'll see from the screen, we're going to deal with the replacement of trustees during a financial year. And the first question is, how does this need arise? Well, as you know, trustees may be removed in terms of the prescribed management rules. Under prescribed management rule 13, a trustee shall cease to hold office if he or she resigns by notice in writing to the body corporate, if he becomes of unsound mind. There you need a court order from the High Court, because that's the only thing that you can't say the man's gone mad. The court is the only entity that can determine that somebody is no longer of sound mind. If his estate or her estate is surrendered as insolvent or sequestrated, if he is convicted of an offence which involves dishonesty, again, it's going to be in the court order, or it's going to be a common law offence like theft or fraud. That's an automatic removal. If by resolution of a general meeting of the body corporate the trustee is removed from office, provided that the intention to vote upon the removal must have been specified in the notice convening the meeting. The idea there is you can't bushwhack people, you can't take them by surprise, you have to tell them that this is what's going to be dealt with, and the notice has to tell that of them, and then you have to give them a chance to defend themselves at the meeting. If they become disqualified in terms of the Companies Act from being a director, there's a new Companies Act now, but once again, if you're disqualified in terms of that act, you're no longer a sectional title trustee. I mentioned also that in regard to the liquidation or sequestration, if a trustee is the representative of an artificial entity like a company or a closed corporation, and that is then put into liquidation, then that entity no longer has the right to have representatives other than those appointed by the Master of the Supreme or the High Court, and therefore the trustee automatically stops serving. So is the replacement the same as an election at an AGM? Many people ask this question. Do we need to put in nominations? How long before the meeting do the nominations have to be? No. Nominations is something that specifically is dealt with in the prescribed rules together with election in regard to annual general meetings. PMR 6 that caters for an election of trustee only applies to AGMs. The body corporate can appoint a replacement trustee whenever a trustee position is vacant. PMR 14 allows the body corporate, that is the owners in general meeting, to appoint or by round robin to appoint another trustee in the place of any trustee who has ceased to hold office under Rule 13. A trustee filling a trustee vacancy, well, the trustees can do this. PMR 8 allows the trustees to fill any vacancy in their number. So what is a vacancy in the number of trustees actually? Well, PMR 56D provides that a compulsory AGM item is the determination of the number of trustees for the ensuing year, that financial year that has already started when you hold the AGM. And if the number falls below that number determined for whatever reason, then you've got a vacancy. So why are there two methods to replace a trustee? Are there circumstances in which one should be used rather than the other? Well, both methods have the same effect. It's easier to get a trustee meeting than a general meeting, so if you have a sudden resignation and there's no real need, you've got somebody willing and the trustees think that they're able, then they can simply co-opt that person. But both bodies have the power to replace a trustee, and it may be that the owners say, no, we want to be involved. We're the ones who elect trustees. We want to elect the replacement or to select the replacement trustee, which would just be an ordinary resolution at a general meeting. So either of these two can be used in any circumstances. Thank you very much for joining me in this short Paddocks Club tutorial. If you have any questions about this particular issue, please let's deal with them on the discussion forum.